everybody. My name is Ostentatious24, and welcome to the Song of Saya. The uncut version. Go watch bonus 1 if you want to learn the whole rigmarole behind that. Let us not waste any more time and begin. On the day of my release, I managed to smile as I accepted the hideous, foul-smelling, celebratory bouquet. The flesh beasts, calling themselves Koji, Omi, and Yo, came to pick me up. Though they had come to see me many times during my stay, it never got easier to see my friends changed so horribly. My sudden tears of despair drew suspicion, but I managed to explain them away as tears of joy. Oh, right, I guess I should address that. There's a little more dialogue than the last episode. Yeah, I had to start a new save because adding the patch, deleted the save file, which is fine. But yeah, and then while I was going through it, I accidentally clicked, and yeah, we left off with just this top sentence available. Anyways, yes. My sudden tears of despair drew suspicion, but I managed to explain them away as tears of... tears of joy? Okay. While we walked to Koji's car, I looked desperately for Saya amid the grotesque scenery. Even as we drove away, I kept watching the hospital fade into the distance, praying for a last glimmer of hope. But Saya never appeared. That's weird. After Koji and the others dropped me off, I paused a while to regard my surroundings. Whoops, I forgot to check the time. I should do that. Okay, 2:55. Make sure the volume's off on my phone. Okay. After Koji's and the others dropped me off, I paused a while to regard my surroundings. I had lived my entire life on this block in this house. There was no other place that I could call home. But nothing was as I remembered. As I walked up the path to the front door and took in the yard where I had spent my childhood, I could feel those memories being defiled by the twisted, festering shapes around me. Something's not sitting right. Inside the house, I found nothing familiar, nothing to offer me comfort and warmth. What I had once called home was now a whole other world. If I drink some water. My apologies. I have no home, I whispered with a smile of self-pity. There was one last stop to make, one last nail to hammer into my coffin. Whoa, what the... Why are you in my house? I stepped into the room that had cradled me from childhood. The walls were papered with human entrails, the bed a tangled mass of worm flesh. But none of that mattered. There, curled up on the bed like an abandoned cat, was Saya. As I stood there in shock, she looked up at me and in a tiny, weak voice said, I immediately do not trust you. Unless she what? Like, crawled into the back of whoever's car was driving and she just snuck in there like on some lost cat. Slunk in. And then got out when I did. I don't trust this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. As I stood there in shock, she looked up at me and in a tiny, weak voice said,
Can I
Nope, that's alright.
Can I really stay?
I responded by sweeping her into my arms, embracing her tightly so that she would not escape. Saya did not resist. Some suspicious? What? Suspicious is going on. When she arrived at the Sakisaka house, Omi first takes a deep breath to calm herself. Oh, that's what it actually looks like? Wait a minute. How do I... Wait a minute. Backlog. Hide text space. Okay, good to know. Let's take a look at this house. That's not a bad house. It looks pretty. It's not super rich, but like it looks fancy enough. When she arrived at the Sakisaka house, Omi first takes a deep breath to calm herself. Her anger does not vanish entirely, of course, but at least now she can hear herself think. While waiting for a response from the intercom, she looks over the patch of yard that she could see from outside the gate. Even Omi isn't normally one to complain about other people's housekeeping, but this is going too far. The grass is growing wild and there are piles of dead leaves scattered everywhere. It doesn't just look untended. It looks like an uninhabited ruin. It's still light out, but every window has its storm shutters tightly sealed. Omi guesses that they've been closed since morning. Ah, yeah. What kind of life is Fuminori leading? Even if he's living alone, he can't neglect his housework forever. Is it just her imagination, or is it something... oh no. Oh god. Oh no. I was wondering and thinking, or did something stink like rotten meat? Couldn't be coming from the yard, could it? There's still no response, so she presses the buzzer a second time, and a third, and a fourth. Finally, after this has gone on for over 10 minutes, Omi loses her patience and opens the cover of the intercom. As she expected, the power has been disconnected. Perhaps Fuminori has a good reason for shutting out the world, but Omi can only see it as a lack of respect for others. Her anger rekindled. She pushes the gate open and stomps through the yard to the front door. Given the state of his intercom, she doubts that Fuminori will respond to a knock, so Omi decides to just open the door and go in shouting. And if the door is locked, she'll just have to... Surprisingly, the doorknob turns easily in her hand, and the enraged Omi finds herself throwing the door open wider than she intended. Yeah. It looks green in his world, but her nostrils are instantly assaulted by a choking stench. I click. There we go.
Nani? What is that smell?
Zomi stands petrified on the threshold. The cowbell hanging on the inside of the door chimes loudly. A moment later... Wait a minute. What? What the fuck? Wait, what? Welcome home! Wait a minute. Now I'm even more confused. Omi can't believe her ears. The voice she just heard could not have been human, yet its intonations were too complex for any animal she can imagine.
Is someone there?
She calls out to the end of the hallway from which the voice came. There is no response.
Slimy.
There is no response. Instead, she hears the sound of something soft and wet flopping its way deeper into the house. takes a turn. Oh, what the hell? Wait a minute. This isn't in his head. These are real things. Wait a minute. I was wondering how... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What elements are about? Is there magic? Is there... What's going on? I was curious if there'd be scientific explanations the entire time. What is this? Finding it difficult to place a meaningful image to the voice she just heard, Omi stares blankly at the empty vestibule. There's nothing there, not even Fuminori's shoes, which can only mean that he's still outside somewhere, wearing them. Is he? Wait. Oh, right, he fell asleep on the bench waiting for the bus or something, didn't he? The house should be empty. But then, what was that voice just now? That is also curious. Wait, she's losing her patience, assuming he's not answering, and then she storms in. He's not even there. I completely forgot he wasn't actually home. Her anger has vanished as if it were never there. Nevertheless, Omi sets foot into the hallway, leaving the door open so that the cowbell won't ring. The floor creaks, setting her nerves on edge. Omi isn't sure why she's acting like a burglar, but something tells her to make as little noise as possible. The potency of the stink inside the house makes the whiff she caught outside pale in comparison. It's sickening, like rotten fish guts. Has food been left to spoil in the kitchen? Ugh. She hears a bubbling sound up ahead. Stepping gingerly on the creaking. I read that as cracking first. Creaking floorboards! Omi makes her way to the end of the hallway. She finds rooms to both sides of her, one lit, the other dark, and chooses to look into the lit room. It's the kitchen, lit by what must be the only window in the house not covered by a storm shutter. Pretty sick beats. The sound she heard was the pot boiling on the stove. Well, I guess that's good. And on the chopping board next to it lie a butcher's knife and some half-diced carrots. A perfectly normal household scene with the light, with the setting sun making everything the color of decomposing fruit. Ew. It's not a pleasant color. Something is wrong. Who's cooking here and where did they go?
Is anyone here?
Omi calls, regretting it immediately as she realizes that her voice is shaking. As her words echo vainly through the silent house, she begins to feel foolish and defenseless. Ew. That's not good. Suddenly she feels something cold seeping through her pantyhose. Are you peeing yourself? Or is something trying to... Hello? Wait, what? Okay, that was weird. I clicked and I didn't hit the spacebar, I don't think. She timidly reached down to touch her feet. Her fingertips come away covered with a viscous olive-green slime, like the filthy water from a tank long clogged with algae and dead fish. The whole floor is covered with it. Must be the source of the stench. Ew. Omi now wishes that she had worn her shoes inside. Manners be damned. Oh, right, yeah. Japanese take their shoes off before, yeah, that's, so she's barefoot, so that's, yeah. Or, well, no, maybe she still has socks on. regardless, that's not. Ew. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, pantyhose. Okay, so the bottom of her feet. Okay, it's not in her pants. Okay, I was right. Pantyhose go. Right. Okay. Okay, that makes a little more sense, I guess. So it's like, what's reaching into her pants? Wait a minute. Forgot. Yeah, pantyhose are right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's move on. I mean, I wish she had ones her shoes inside. Manners be damned. When she looks back ruefully the way she came, she realizes that her current position is not visible from the entrance. This kitchen must be where that strange voice came from. The next room is probably the den, as she expected from the closed storm shutters. It's pitch black inside. Omi wants nothing more than to flee this house, but that would mean turning her back to the darkness, and that she simply cannot bring herself to do. Right, it's all green from his world. Moved by some irrational compulsion, Omi sets foot into the den. It is too dark to see anything, and the stink is far worse than before. Oh. She slides her hand along the wall, feeling for the light switch, finding it much sooner than she expected. She flips it on, like it's her last hope. The colors! So many colors! I mean, it's pretty, question mark. It's like an Easter egg, maybe? I mean, this green's kind of gross because it's like a snot green. Oh, some of it looks drippy. I mean, maybe the paint's still wet. The colors, so many colors! Oh, God! Oh, I'm afraid of colors! Oh, God, no! Colors everywhere! Oh! This, That's gotta be a phobia. Sorry if you have color phobia. That's gotta be. There's a phobia for, like, everything. Color phobia. Since I happen to have my... Chromophobia. Rare irrational fear of aversion to specific colors. Oh. Often causing anxiety, panic attacks, and avoidance behavior. Interesting. Chromophobia. That one's pretty easy to remember. At least more than some, like the fear of snakes. I don't remember what that one is ever. Arachnophobia. Bastards. Evil. Demons! Demons everywhere! I just killed one a few days ago. That was in the bathroom sink. Turned the sink on, made it go down the pipe. Anyways, the purple event. Ooh. Oh. It's just the colors of those things. That doesn't mean anything, maybe. Purple of entrails, the brown of rotten meat, the crimson of fresh blood, the yellow of fat. These colors, and more that cannot be described, cover every inch of the room in maddening array. The colors say all that needs to be said about the painter's hatred, malice, and insanity. Oh, whoops, I clicked. At that time I actually did click spacebar. Whoops. Ew. Well, now it is in her pants. That's just great. Omi's legs give out from the shock, sending her to the floor. Slime immediately soaks through her jeans. Its cold tendrils creeping up her legs, crotch, and her neck? Her hand flies to her neck where it is greeted by another drop of chilly slime. Ew. Above her, something is dripping down on her head. Ew. Oh, what? Well, is that her eye, or is someone's is someone up in her face, making perhaps the worst decision of her life? Omi looks up. Oh, making perhaps the worst decision of her life, Omi looks up. The predator clinging to the ceiling Poised to leap upon its prey, she sees it in every detail. Oh. 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 Well, it was nice knowing you, Omi. I'm terribly sorry, but, hey, you're the weakest link. Goodbye, or something. Jeez. We didn't know her that well. That was. Her mother knows her seal before she can scream, and her belly is torn open as something enters to feast on her innards. But by the time she feels any of this, Omi has already gone mad. Gone mad? She's not dead? Oh.